Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. This week we are focusing on the best makeup of 2023, and today it is long overdue to give some much deserved credit to some amazing palettes that landed in my stash this year. I am blessed to be on so many PR lists from this time last year to what it is this year. I know I have increased at least by 2 times the amount of PR that I get, and I'm so very grateful. I am also happy to say that all of the palettes on today's list are going to be indie makeup brand palettes, and that is especially good because that means small business entrepreneurship is thriving, not just here in the US, but across the pond as well, because I do have a couple UK based indie makeup brands that made this list. Now, originally I filmed this video and it was just the 10 best palettes because that's what I've been doing all of these year in ranking videos. I've been limiting them to just 10. And for some reason, that video didn't turn out right because the microphone was not plugged in. It was on, but it was not plugged in. So that gave me a couple extra days to really decide, okay, how many palettes do I want to cover? Because I easily tried about 100 palettes that were either sent to me in PR or palettes that I bought myself. So that made me reevaluate everything, and I didn't take anything off the list, but instead I was going to include some honorable mentions in that first video. So I thought, you know what, let me just extend this to be the top 15 palettes that made their way into my stash in 2023. And I hope you guys pick some of these up. I hope you've been enjoying them as much as I have. Some of them were limited edition. They are no longer available, but some of them might be coming back in stock or are currently in stock. And if I have an affiliate code, a discount code for you guys, and I will be placing it down here. But of course, you can always check the description box for links and discount codes to the majority, not all, the majority of products, of palettes that you're going to see featured in today's video. If it is your first time here on my channel, I just want to say hello and welcome to all of you. My name is Steph. I love trying out new makeup. I am primarily a new makeup review channel, but I do multiple looks with eyeshadow palettes, makeup ranking videos, get ready with me style of videos, all that good stuff. If that sounds great to you, I want to invite you to become part of our makeup family. Do me a favor, click on that subscribe button and hit the bell next to it. That way you can be notified every time I do drop a new video. And if you're a fan of makeup ranking videos or you just love seeing new makeup reviews and all that good stuff, please give this video a thumbs up before you go. I did film this look. It was using one of the palettes that's going to be mentioned in today's video. So you guys will see this go up as a YouTube short and an Instagram reel very soon, maybe within a day after you're watching this video. Of course, I'll have everything that I'm wearing, as many of the palettes that I can link. Everything will be included in the description box. And some of those links might be affiliate links along with affiliate codes to save you guys some money. So if you do end up using them and shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. You guys really supported me this year, and I'll speak more on that when I do like a end of year roundup video, and just, you know, maybe a get ready with me style of video where I'm talking about all of the amazing things that happened this year. And a lot of those amazing things are because you all watching. So I just want to give a special shout out to all of my loyal viewers out there. Thank you so much for being with me on this journey. If you guys want to see the top 15 palettes that landed in my stash for 2023, keep on watching. Okay, now I need to preface this video by saying what is my favorite may not be your favorite, and vice versa, and that's okay. Please don't take offense if your favorites did not make my list. I am looking at packaging, I'm looking at color story, I'm looking at formulas, I'm looking a lot of things, but more so I'm looking for how frequently I reach for these palettes, not just on camera, but more so outside of filming in my everyday life, because there's many days that go by where I don't film a makeup look, and I went by that in choosing the palettes that were included in today's video. So coming in at number 15 is from Unearthly Cosmetics, and this was released earlier in the year, and this is their Don't Be Jelly palette. I don't remember if I bought this or I was sent it in PR. I do both. Sometimes I get stuff in PR from Unearthly, and sometimes I buy. It really doesn't matter to me. If it's something I like and I want it, then I have no issues buying it. But I do have an affiliate code with them, and I believe it is Steff, and that gives you 10% off. I love this color story. This is beautiful. This shade in particular is a perfect shade for deepening up some of these lighter, more mid-tone shades, and the duochromes that are in here are just on point. You do get a mirror with this one. This could still be in stock. I hope it is. Don't Be Jelly. I think we saw, was this the year of the jellyfish? We saw quite a few things with a jellyfish on them, and I like that. Coming in at number 15, this is a good one from Unearthly. Now coming in at number 14 is a palette that I'm very proud of, because my friend Christina, the owner of Gourmande Girls, designed this solely by herself with no outside influence, nothing. She designed the artwork, and what's more important is she designed what's inside, the color story. This is a different color story for Gourmande Girls, and also because this is primarily a matte palette. You have this textured like duochrome right here, and then you have a more smoother duochrome over here, and then the rest are going to be matte shades. So 10 mattes and 2 shimmers. That's unusual for Gourmande Girls. They usually do a nice mixture when it comes to their color stories, but I thought this was so cute, so special. I love the pink in here. The pink and the red kind of really make this palette a little more unique, and they make it pop. And the 2 shimmers are the perfect complements to the matte shades in this palette. This is a very wearable palette for year round, and I just thought it was so cute, and I think Christina did such a good job. This definitely had to make my top list of 2023. Coming in the number 13 spot is actually the palette that I'm wearing today, and it is the Resurrection palette from Wicked Widow Beauty. So let me tell you a quick little story about Wicked Widow Beauty. I tried them for the first time, I think it was in 22. I'm gonna be real honest with you. The palette that they had sent me in PR, I wasn't over the moon thrilled with. I don't even remember the name of it, but I didn't feature it on my channel. I didn't use it just because I really didn't like it that much. And then I know they went through, I think they got a new lab, they did a formula update, and people were starting to get excited about the brand. And Christina, the owner of Gourmande Girls, was the one who really encouraged me. She said, Steff, give them another chance. She's like, I think you're going to like their new formula. I think you're going to like what they're doing. And I was seeing that their palettes were really cute, and they were small palettes. So I decided to buy, I don't remember if I bought it or I was gonna buy it, and then they ended up sending it to me in PR. But it was the one with the Tea Party palette. It was an 8-pan palette, really cute, and I loved it. I did like a YouTube short with it, Instagram reel, great. And then they sent me the next palette, which was the Monster. No, the dancing one. I want to say Monster Mash, but it wasn't. It was their Halloween release. It was also an 8-pan palette, and I loved it. And then because I was enjoying the formula so much, I ended up getting an affiliate code with them. And let me just also say, I will not have an affiliate code with a brand that I don't truly enjoy and that I don't love their formula. If it's a brand that has a mediocre formula, why would I want an affiliate code? Why would I want to keep promoting that brand or featuring that brand? I just wouldn't. So I choose wisely. I get a lot of offers, and a lot of them I do decline just because it's not my cup of tea. When they sent me this Resurrection palette, I loved the cover art. The stained glass windows are beautiful. I've always loved stained glass windows, and I thought this is different. This is really different for the brand. You do get a mirror over here as well, because this is a larger palette, and they normally have been doing smaller palettes, which I love that they do smaller palettes, but this is a different take on a rainbow color story. I love the inclusions of the gray, this beautiful like black base red duochrome over here, and I've just had a really phenomenal time with this palette. I think it's so different. You can get a little grungy with it, and then you can get bright and fun. There's just so much to this brand. I'm really looking forward to trying more from them. Again, I'll have my code down here if I didn't flash it already, but I think they have a really good future ahead of them. I know a lot of you have been enjoying this brand as well, and this is a brand that I'm so glad I gave a second chance to, because they have not disappointed me. Coming in at number 12, to all my UK beauties out there, Cosmic Brushes Winter Wonderland palette. I did purchase this myself. This is their 20 pan holiday color story. How gorgeous this is. I've created several looks with this off camera, and I've loved every single look that I do. There are duochromes in here. Those shimmers have a lot of shift to them. This is just a very special palette. Cosmic Brushes is a UK-based indie makeup brand, and they are doing so many things right. I haven't had the chance to get all of their releases in 2024. This was the second palette that I bought this year. So I have 3 palettes from them in total. I also have a highlighter palette as well. But I cannot wait to see what this brand has in store for us for 2024. If this color story and this formula is any indicator on what's to come from Cosmic Brushes, I think we're in for a really good time. Coming in at number 11 is the Nomad Okavango Safari palette. I love the cover on this. It's like that micro suede velvety finish to it, and then when we open it up, you do get a mirror, and then here is this neutral color story. I consider greens a neutral just because, you know, in decorating you always want to have greenery. That is the neutral. Think of it as the grass, the trees, and then all of your pops of colors are the beautiful flowers that bloom. I like this color story. We saw a lot of neutrals this year. We saw a lot of neutrals with green color schemes to them as well. This is just a beauty, and what I love especially about Nomad Cosmetics is they are a travel themed indie makeup brand, but with every palette they release, they always give back to a local charity that the palette is representing. So in this case, I believe it was a wildlife preservation fund that they gave back to, and it's usually about 5% of the profits that they end up donating. I don't know many other brands that do that with every release, but Felicia and Auntie, they are the owners of Nomad Cosmetics. They have such generous big hearts. They did send me this in PR. I am so happy to be an affiliate with them. My code Steff10, I believe, that saves you 10% off. And if you've never tried Nomad Cosmetics, let this be your invitation to do so. Coming in at number 10 is a brand that I just got on their PR list a few months ago. I've loved this brand since I started my channel here on YouTube. So I've been on YouTube for 4.5 years, and I've been using this brand for about 4 years now. So I am so excited. And this is also featuring one of my favorite content creator. She's been a huge inspiration to me here on YouTube, and I was able to meet her for the first time, and hopefully not the last, just a few weeks ago in Las Vegas. And I'm talking about the Uden's Eye and Angelica Trick or Treat palette. So this was one of 2 palettes that she released in her Halloween collection with Uden's Eye. This is so good. And what makes this extra special is that Angelica does not really like a brown shadow, but look up here. She gave us a brown shadow, and I think that really helps to anchor the palette. It helps those of you who are maybe not able to wear very colorful makeup looks to work. Maybe you just get to wear them on the weekend. It allows you to still be able to use this palette on an everyday basis while still having fun with it in the evening or the weekend. brand. I love the formula. I think everything just performs so well. This is the warm tone color story. The what was the other one called? The Halloween or Halloween. This was the Halloween collection, but the name of the other palette is escaping me. That was a little more cool tone, but this was definitely my favorite. I mean, hello, green right here. You guys know how I feel about green. Congratulations, Uden's Eye and Angelica. I do have an affiliate code, like I told you, Steff. It saves you 10% off your order over there at Uden's Eye, but it does not work on this palette. No affiliate codes work on collab palettes, but hey, there were so many other amazing Uden's Eye palettes that dropped this year. They are definitely a brand that I look forward to seeing every year, and I like when they do the 2 palette releases. You guys know I always do 2 dedicated videos with 3 looks each per palette that they release. That is not going to change. Uden's Eye, Angelica, now with her new brand Singe, I look forward to seeing what both of those brands have in store for us in 2024. Coming in at number 9 is also a brand that I just, and when I say just, I mean a few weeks ago, got an affiliate code for, and I know a lot of you, thank you to those of you who shopped their latest palette by using my code Steff. Blend Bunny, Sugar, and Grunge. The cover art. I love the cover art. There's just something about this floral background, the coloring. It feels very vintage to me. And then when you open it up, you do get the mirror, and then here are all your shades. This is the typical Blend Bunny palette layout that goes from light, medium, deep. All 3 rows matte shades, and then you have your bottom row that is all of your shimmer shadows. Now, some of you are thinking, Steff, this is a pastel palette. You don't like pastels. And that's right, pastels are not my favorite, but because of the inclusion of the medium and deep shades, I am able to make these pastels work for me the way I want them to. These pretty much become highlighter shades as far as like inner corner highlights, or just kind of help you get your look started by becoming a transition shade and then working into the deeper tones. I've always loved the Blend Bunny shimmer formula. For me, I enjoy their shimmers more than I do their mattes, and I know I'm probably in the minority on that because so many of you love their matte formula, and I don't blame you. It is phenomenal. There was just something extra special about this palette and Lure, both of them were some of my favorites that the brand released this year, but I tried not to duplicate brands. I tried to just keep, you know, one palette from each of my favorite brands, and I think there's only 1 or 2 brands that's going to have 2 palettes in today's ranking video. Actually, I think it's only 1, and you'll see why a little bit later, but this one is definitely one of my favorites of 2023. Love the concept, the layout, everything. Sugar and Grunge from Blend Bunny, Aces. Coming in the number 8 spot is the brand that I tried for the first time this year, and then after I tried it, I don't remember, I think I bought this palette, and then they asked if they could put me on their PR list and if I wanted an affiliate code, and I said yes because I'd been really enjoying this particular palette that I'm going to share with you, and then it's just been, you know, all going up from there. But I'm talking about Fantasy Cosmetica, and this is their Fighter palette. I love this little 9-pen palette. This is again a neutral palette, but these duochromes that are in here make this extra special and so wearable for every day. You can still get a beautiful sparkly look while still keeping it neutral. I have reached for this palette several times off camera, and I love it's just so easy to use. I know that anything I create with this is just going to look good, and it's going to go with just about any outfit that I pair with it. And they have a really, really nice formula. My code with them, I believe, is Steff, and it saves you 10% off of their order. If you haven't gotten on board with Fantasy Cosmetica yet, I encourage you to do so. I've really enjoyed what they're doing with their collections. They include perfumes and candles when they release a collection. Those are items that we don't typically see when a makeup brand drops a new collection, but this is something that they do with their collections, and I really love it. I think that really sets them apart, and the Fighter palette is definitely worthy of a spot on this top palettes of 2023 list. Coming in at number 7 is a palette that when I tried it, this was also a brand that I tried for the first time this year, but when I tried this palette, I knew it immediately that it was going to make this list. And this is also coming from the UK. It is a UK-based indie brand that I now have an affiliate code with. And I'm talking about Arttitude Cosmetics. This is their Maneater Untamed palette. So I bought this, when did it come out? I want to say it came out around, and I have to be careful because I broke my shade up there. But I think this was like April of this year. Love it. I love the color story. There is so much that you can do with this palette. The mattes are so easy to work with. Like, this is such a user-friendly palette. It's colorful while still being neutral. And if I'm not mistaken, it's pretty affordable. I mean, for being a UK-based brand, it is an affordable palette. And I love that it's a UK-based brand because I know I have a lot of you out there that are watching me from the UK, and it's really hard for you to order from the indie brands that we have here in the US just because shipping has gotten so expensive. But whenever I can try a brand from across the pond, I always like to do so because I want to be able to feature items here on my channel that you guys from overseas are able to get more easily than necessarily I would be able to get here in the US more easily. If I have to pay, well, I always have to pay for rush shipping just because of this channel, but you know, I definitely want to do that. I want to try more brands, indie brands from outside of the US going into 2024, and I'm so glad that I discovered Arttitude Cosmetics. I don't remember if my code is Steff or Steff10, but it gives you 10% off. This palette, if it's still in stock, I think this is a must-have. This one and Obsession. Obsession was their latest release. I mean, those palettes, I've used them. I've gotten a lot of use out of them, but by far this made, I think this was one of the brands that made the best first impression than a brand has ever done here in my stash, and with good reason. Arttitude Cosmetics, I look forward to seeing what you all have for us in 2024. If this palette is any indication, we're going to be in for some fantastic makeup. Coming in at number 6 is It's Belle Pixie Grove. Oh, this palette is too cute. You do get a mirror. It's a 12-pan palette. This color story, guys, is so special, so versatile for year round. It's your spring palette, it's your summer, it's your fall. It's just so cute. It's Belle has an amazing shimmer formula, and they've kind of scaled back this year. They don't have affiliate codes. I used to have one, but I don't think it's active anymore. I think they had to do away with affiliate codes, but they were still kind enough to send me this in PR, and I have no problems featuring it and using it because I've always loved the It's Belle formula. I discovered It's Belle back in 2022, and I've been loving them ever since. The owner is from Puerto Rico, so that is where they're living. I'm not too sure if the palettes are shipping from Puerto Rico or if they're shipping from here in the US. I'm not entirely sure on that, but if you pick this up, I know you've been enjoying it. I'm not entirely sure if it's still in stock, but I highly recommend checking out It's Belle. Their Break the Rules palette, that is I believe a 9-pan all shimmer palette. That is definitely a must-have, and so is this one, Pixie Grove. All right, coming in at number 5 is a palette that I bought 2 times over because I did a giveaway with this palette, and it's not an inexpensive palette. I'm talking about the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 5 palette. Okay, love the artwork on it. Look at this. This is a substantial nameplate that's on there. We open it up, you do get a mirror. Look at all of these specialty shadows. This is by far my favorite Danessa Myricks Lightwork palette. I have volumes 3, 4, and now 5. 5 is by far my favorite. I love the formula. There's no specialty formulas like a cream to powder or a water activated. It's just duochromes, multichromes, shifty shimmers, smooth shimmers, textured shimmers, you name it, this palette has it. I don't mind the split pans at all. I love everything that they did here. And I do have a video where I'm live swatching the palette. It's just absolutely stunning. Stunning. So stunning that I had to do a giveaway. I don't remember if this giveaway was for when I hit 25,000. I think it was when I hit 25,000 subs here on YouTube. But whatever the case, I know those of you who got this palette, you either bought it when it came out, or maybe you waited and bought it during the Sephora sale, or you bought it from the Danessa Myricks sale that they were having on their website. I know you have to be enjoying it. I have loved this so much. This is just such a special palette, and I'm honored to have this one in my stash. All right, guys, we are slowly winding down, and coming in at number 4 is one of 2 Halloween palettes that was released from Bella Beaute Bar, and this is the recently Deinfluenced palette. Such a great cover art, such a great theme for this palette, and this is going to be your warm tone color story. Bella Beaute Bar, I don't know what they're doing over there, but they're doing something right, because every palette just gets better and better. Like, they are a brand that I constantly see improving, and I love what I see from this brand. And my code with them, I believe, is Steff10. I don't know, guys. They're all going to be down here, and it's going to save you 10% off. But I had a great time this season with this palette, and this is definitely not just a Halloween color story. While the cover art might be Halloweenish, I think definitely the whole vibe of this palette, color story-wise, is definitely great for year-round. I can totally see this being a great summer palette, summer-fall palette, but use it as you wish. The specialty shadows in here, Bella Beaute Bar has one of the best multi and duochrome formula out there, and I think they hit a home run with this recently Deinfluenced palette. Okay, guys, we are in the top 3, and coming in at number 3 is a palette I am so proud of. This is a collab palette, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud and so happy for Blair and Amanda. Amanda is the owner of Ladybug Glow. Blair is the makeup artist and curator behind this palette, Castle of Horrors from Ladybug Glow Cosmetics. This is too cute. Like, this was one of my favorite Halloween releases of 2023. I just love this color story. I think it's different for Halloween. I think it's great fall into winter palette, but it's not so deep and dark that you can't really use it going into spring and summer. I like that there's mid-tones and then there's deeper tones. This is my favorite shade. This is one of my favorite shades of the year. It is a purple to red duochrome. It is just so good. And let's see if you'll be able to, yeah, you can see that reflect there. They just did a phenomenal job with this palette. I'm so happy for Blair and for Amanda. Ladybug Glow, they are really working hard. They are working hard at improving the brand, the quality, everything. I am so happy that I discovered this brand this year, and I discovered this brand because of my friend Smithy Sunny, who what was it? It was the something mermaid palette. I think it was back in April, and I ended up buying it because of her, and I featured it on my channel. And Amanda is friends with Christina, the owner of Gourmande Girls, and Christina and I are good friends. And I guess they started talking, and then Amanda reached out and said, "Hey, would you like for me to put you on your PR list?" I said, "Absolutely." I said, "I love that." Was it Mystic Mermaid or something like that? It was an awesome palette. It was an awesome palette. It's been amazing to see them grow. They were first an Etsy-based indie makeup brand, and while they still have their Etsy store, they now have their own website. So they are working, and that's what I love to see. I love brands that are constantly working to improve themselves. And if you haven't tried Ladybug Glow Cosmetics, I hope that you'll give them a chance going into 2024. Okay, guys, we got 2 palettes left. 2 palettes left. So this was really hard. Like any one of these palettes could have been in the #1 spot, but this is a ranking video, and so I am doing my best to rank them as such. I will say that this palette is absolutely beautiful. Like, it is just so beautiful and so colorful. Coming in at #2 is the Klarity Cosmetics Aloha palette. Ah, I took it with me to Turks and Caicos this summer. Oh, it photographed so beautifully on the beach. Man, I wish I was back there right now. But this is a colorful makeup lover's dream come true. Klarity Cosmetics, wow, they have just been knocking it out. They are improving just like Ladybug Glow is. They are working to improve their customer service, their production, everything to really streamline the business. And guys, please keep in mind that a lot of these indie brands, they're only run by 1 or 2, maybe 3 people. I know Klarity Cosmetics is run by 3 people, so it's a lot. It's a lot to handle, and I thank you guys for being patient with them. I know some of you have shared like your, I guess, horror stories or stories of disappointment with some of the indie brands this year, and I apologize on behalf of them, but I also know how hard it is to have your own brand and just keep up with your own life on top of that. So just be patient. That's all I can say. Just be patient with them. But if you truly get a bad customer service experience, well then that's your cue to just say thanks but no thanks, and just show yourself out the door and don't do business with them anymore. But Klarity Cosmetics is just has a really good formula. This color story speaks for itself, especially for me, a colorful makeup lover. I love their shimmer formula, their specialty multi-chrome and duochrome. Oh, this is, I think you can easily see why this is making one of the top spots on my list of the best palettes of 2023. It's just beautiful. Aloha from Klarity Cosmetics. I have an affiliate code with them. It is Steff5, but currently all affiliate codes are disabled because they are redoing their affiliate program. So they will be back up. I was told maybe like in a couple weeks, but I think they're having their own independent sale on their website. So you're better off using whatever code they have than trying to use my affiliate code, because that's only 10%. And I think right now they're offering a bit more than 10%. But if this is in stock, it is definitely worth checking out. All right, guys. So coming in the #1 spot, this was a squeaker. This one is a new palette. This one, if it had not come out, Aloha would have been #1. But this is a color story that I have spoken about several times this year on my channel. I've always said I've been a huge fan of brown and blue together. I love that color combination. I've said it I don't know how many times. So when Gourmande Girls and Doodles by the Bunny collaborated again on the Silent Night palette, I knew immediately this was gonna make my list. And I didn't know what spot it was going to land on, but as I was making my list and checking it twice, I knew this was worthy of the #1 spot, because it is a color story that I've talked about time and time again. And here it is. Angela, who is Doodles by the Bunny over on Instagram, curated this entire palette, of course, with the guidance of Christina, the owner of Gourmande Girls. But whenever those two girls collab with one another, it's usually Angela who has, you know, the full say on the color story, the formulas. I'm sure they work together on picking the right formula for each shadow. But like many of the other indie brands that made this list this year, Gourmande Girls is also one of those brands that just keeps getting better and better with every release. And when they sent me this palette in PR, it arrived when I was in Las Vegas, so I knew I had something special waiting for me at home. But I immediately fell in love with the color story. I ordered one because I did a giveaway with one. So I just love it. The blue, the brown, it's just a great color story. And then the yellow is what takes it to the next level. And I think that's really what makes it pop for me. It's not just that it's a blue and brown color story and I love that color combination. It's because they added those gold and the matte yellow in there. That just makes this an extra special palette. And I like that it's a different take on a holiday palette. It's not your traditional red, green, gold, you know, silver for Christmas. This embodies all of the holiday season, and this is definitely a very wearable palette year round. Silent Night from Gourmande Girls and Angela, aka Doodles by the Bunny. Congratulations, ladies. You all had a big year this year. I can't wait to see what Gourmande Girls is going to be doing in 2024. They had some amazing stuff this year. So much so that 2 of their palettes landed in this top palettes of 2023 list here on my channel. I'm so thankful for Christina. I'm so thankful for Angela. And I'm so thankful for all of the brands that sent me palettes and PR. Even the brands that didn't, I have no problem buying my own stuff. I want to try different brands, and there are so many different indie brands that I can't wait to try in 2024. So if there are any brands that you haven't seen featured on my channel that you think I need to try, leave it in the comments down below, because it's definitely something that I'm going to be wanting to do and feature more of. I love showing indie brands as much love as possible, because this is small business. This is entrepreneurship. And I taught a course called Entrepreneurship for almost what? Gosh, I was an educator for 18 years, and I probably taught that course for 14 years. So, and I'm living that. I'm living that here with my YouTube channel. And, you know, it's just amazing. It's amazing what God has done in my life this year. And I know a lot of you've had your own amazing years as well. And for those of you that didn't have such an amazing 2023, shake it off, because we're about to go into 2024 in a few days, and anything is possible. So praying for all of you. I hope all of you had a great Christmas. Let me know. Let me know if some of your favorite palettes made my ranking, my top list of 2023. Again, this was so hard because I tried so many amazing palettes, but I'm glad I chose to do this, to up it to 15 instead of keeping it to 10. And there are definitely more indie brands out there that are my favorite, that, you know, while they weren't included in this list, it doesn't mean that I still don't love them and still don't like them. It's just, it's really hard when you try so much to narrow it down to just a few palettes. So yeah, let me know. Let me know what some of your favorites were, and hopefully your favorites were here on my list as well. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. Y'all have a great day or night wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, drink your water. I got some unsweet tea right here. Cheers. I'll see you all very soon. Bye.